Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Bhoopesh. Hope you are doing perfectly well. First of all, happy weekend. So we are starting another session on Thanos, which we did last time, especially on the non-Kubernetes flavor. So today we're gonna talk about how to install Thanos for storing the long-term storage, for especially for production, the Prometheus long-term time series data onto a Kubernetes cluster, which was the remaining piece in our last session. And ultimately, we'll be storing those matrices for long term in S3. And then we'll be fetching those data using Grafana, using Thanos Query. So last time was all about the non-Kubernetes flavor on EC2 instance, but today we'll be doing it on Kubernetes with the help of certain help charts that will make your life easy. And then we'll go further, and we'll be keeping this session pretty quick so that you don't waste too much time in theory and everything. You know how Thanos work and everything. So we have already talked about. We'll be quickly jumping onto the implementation today with the help of Minikube K3D cluster. Before we start, please do not forget to like and subscribe the channel so that you can get plenty of other videos in the DevOps field, especially Grafana and other sort of stuff. Okay, so we have a GitHub page for the same. How to do Thanos on Kubernetes. You might have seen the Docker flavor last time, but today we'll be talking about how to do it everything on Kubernetes. I've kept everything for your easiness so that you can mimic everything and then get your, go along quickly. So I have a Kubernetes cluster already up and running. You can quickly see my screen. So the cluster has a monitoring namespace, and let's see what are we gonna install on this namespace. So first and the foremost is we need to install Prometheus, the vanilla version. Now, what is Thanos? Thanos will install as a sidecar onto the existing, pod of Prometheus, and then it will scrape all the matrices which is being emitted by this, Prometheus community help chart. Now, you see, I'm gonna run this helm chart, but before I'm gonna run this helm chart, I will be installing, or I'll be, running the secret. Thanos secret.yaml. Now you may ask, what is this secret, Bhupesh? So let's see what is the content of the secret. This secret will contain in which S3 bucket you want to store your data. You can see this is my bucket name. It is in this region. These are the access keys and password. Don't use this. I will delete these access keys after this session. But you can create and you can even store these access keys with the help of environment variables also. Now, this is the YAML file that you need to run before you run your Prometheus Helm chart, because Helm chart uses the Thanos sidecar container, which actually uses the secret. So let's quickly go ahead and run this secret onto my machine. I've already done things to make our life easy. So secret is already configured. Now let me run this, Helm chart. What is this Helm chart? It's a Prometheus popular community Helm chart, which will install Prometheus and all the relevant exporters. And let's see what is the content of this values.yaml file. So values.yaml file is saying, please, there are certain extra flags. Please help to move the Prometheus block storage after every 10 minutes to S3. This is the flag I've introduced. You can, configure this as per your production need. You can make it 30 minutes. Normally, by default, it is 2 hours, 2H, but I've changed it to 10 minutes to showcase things. Now, this is the sidecar I'm talking about. So this sidecar will get installed in addition to your Prometheus pod. And this is the image. I'm reading the data from my Prometheus 1990 port and then putting that data to S3. And then there are certain volume mounts here. This is the secret that will be used in this Helm chart. And then ultimately, it will be exposing data to my S3. So let me go ahead and run this Helm chart and see, it will bring up all the pods that are running, or that are already configured, for your easiness, because I want to keep this video pretty short. I don't want to invest or waste a lot of time from your side. So I've installed Prometheus. I've installed Grafana. Grafana is to just to see all the dashboards, all the data from your Prometheus coming to Grafana. Now let's talk about what are the components that you are going to install from Thanos. So there are important three components: the Thanos query, store, and compact. I will talk about each and everything in a greater detail. So Thanos query is actually querying your S3. You see, this is the endpoint. So what I'm saying, please query the Prometheus server service, which is in monitoring namespace, and then this is the Thanos store, and store it to the Thanos store, which is your S3, right? This is the Thanos query, which will be configuring in our Grafana to run to get the data. Now, store is something where I'm saying please use this Thanos.yaml, which is nothing but a secret, which is this, and then store this data to my S3. So I'll be keeping all these manifests in the same GitHub so that you can run it. And then last but not the least, compactor is it will compact the data as per retention resolution. You can see you can configure these resolutions also. And the other parameters you can simply, so it requires a persistent volume claim also. And then so you need to run these three manifests to make sure that your uh, Thanos components are also installed. So I'll just go ahead and run these three files. It is unchanged because I've already run it for you. Now, perfect. So I've run everything. Let me go ahead and check the pods on this, K3D. Yeah, all my pods are running. Let me get ahead and get the secret of Grafana and then echo. Yes, this is my Grafana password. I'll be logging into Grafana. Okay, so I'll be doing k port forward. Since my, okay, you may ask that on which port your Grafana is running. Grafana is running a 3000, 80 port. So this is my Grafana service I'm talking about. I'll be doing a key port forward of Grafana, and then I'll go ahead and then I'll log in. It's okay. I will do this. I will this admin password. Yes, you can get the password from secret. Okay, let me quickly tell you k get secret of Grafana minus OYAML, and then you can decode this password, this piece, okay, and then simply copy paste all these things. I have already demonstrated these things multiple times in my previous video, but you can simply see how to get the password of a Kubernetes service. Now, first and foremost thing, I need to go to the data sources. I need to add the data source of Prometheus first of all, and then I will simply go ahead and add this Prometheus server, which is nothing but your so this is the Prometheus, which is already running on 8080, port number 80. So this will capture the local data. So now I'm still not talking about your anything on S3. This will give you your local data, whichever you have, running already. Yeah, it's a local data is already coming. Let me just, but the data is getting stored locally. It is not nothing on S3. So let's simply go ahead and run and show the matrices, what kind of matrices are coming. Okay, so since query was taking time, so you can see the node exporter, pod, service endpoint, node, C advisor, all these matrices are nicely coming onto my Prometheus. Now I'll go back and then I'll see the logs of my pod, which is important to understand before I run anything from my Thanos. So I have Thanos query, and first of all, I'll see the log of my Prometheus server, which is this one, right? And then I'll see minus C Thanos sidecar, which is the sidecar container which is running. Now you see it is actually loading the bucket information. It is uploading data in my S3 after every 10 minutes. I can also go ahead and check in my S3, which I have created a S3 bucket. You can simply come here and then create a bucket. Simply create a bucket. No need of fancy things are needed. And then automatically the blocks will get created after every 10 minutes. And as you see, three blocks have been created yet, and it is storing your chunks. So everything is so automated. You don't need to create the folders underneath your bucket. Now this is storing your production data, and now this is where this is what I want to show you. Now you simply go ahead and run the query logs. Is there anything I want to show the log of your Thanos query, and then store and the compactor, right? Okay, so you can see the query log is working fine, and let me show you the store, which is actually going ahead and putting the data to S3. You see, you will see all these things, cache return to return. So it is actually checking your data from the S3. Now let me show you the compactor also, last but not the least. Mm, yeah, you see, now it is going all the giving all the blocks related information, though there's no error. So everything is working fine. Let me go ahead and run the or add the data source pertaining to your Thanos query. So currently everything is being read from your local uh, Kubernetes cluster. Let me add the Thanos query data source. Need to simply do this, and then the Thanos query is something like this. Why this Thanos query? So you need to come back here and see kget svc. You will see a Thanos query survey which is running on port number 1990, which is actually getting your data from your S3. So this is what you need to add it, and then simply save and test. It is running fine. You need to come here, and then you need to simply say, and then you are getting the data also, right? So I mean, the data is coming nicely. Let me show you the same query now run, but this time it will the data will come from S3. So that is what I'm going to show it to you. And then since this is what we are running it for the first time, it will take some time to gather the data. But in the meantime, I just want to save time. Let me import one dashboard so that we can see the dashboard is also behaving properly. So since node exporter data is there, so let me import the node exporter uh, data. Now it will, yeah, I will import this node exporter dashboard. Yeah, you see the data is already coming nicely from the Thanos also. Now let me just import the 1860, the node exporter dashboard. Okay, import. Yeah. So node exporter data is also coming nicely. Now, one thing which I want to show before we wrap up our this session. So you can see there are two variables, Prometheus, which is actually containing two data sources. This is your Prometheus local. This is your Prometheus one, which is coming from S3 data. So you can go back and check your dashboard and then see you can edit any one panel and then simply go ahead and see the data from both. This is from your S3. So you are getting the data from S3 also, you see, and you are getting the data from your local Kubernetes cluster also. So this is what I want to show. So rather than using the local Prometheus always for production workload, always use, and rename it to Thanos. Sorry, I was not renaming it to Thanos, but rename it to Thanos, and then you can simply go ahead and see the data is coming from Thanos also, and you can see the metrics browser is coming. So that is pretty much. I want to make it real quick. If you have any doubts and queries, please post down into the comment section. Then only I will reply and start over the weekend. And if you need any more queries pertaining to long-term metric storage or log storage, we'll do a separate session. And then let's see what we can do using Mimir also in next forthcoming session. Thank you for now. Have a great day. Bye bye.